Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing my ghost hunting experiences. We went on the 14th of July, which was last Saturday. We went to Haden Hall, which is in Cradley Heath. This was a 5-hour investigation. And my cousins also came on this one. It's the first time they've ever been on one. So again, you have your talk, explaining what's going to happen and so forth. And then we had a walk around with the mediums outside on the grounds, and they were picking up on like children and things like that. Some good interesting stuff. And then we went inside for a walk around, and in here, they turned the lights off, so it was pretty dark. I went into this one room, and the medium said she could, like, a stomach ache. She thought somebody was pregnant or somebody had miscarried, like spirit wise, and also she felt a man in there. And there was a fireplace, and Philip just put his hand up there. All of a sudden he started rocking, and I said, "What's the matter?" And he said as soon as he put his hand on there, on like the fireplace, he started to feel really dizzy. I put my hand on there, but nothing, I didn't feel strange or anything. And then we went into another room where they was talking about a bloke, like burns down the one side of his face and stuff like that. And then we had a walk around into the cellars, and this is where people saw a shadow. One of these people were my cousin, and so he see it, and also the medium see it, but we was way back at way behind at the back, so we didn't see anything. We went down there, and the mediums were coming up with like a priest, a monk, and then that was our walk around. So we went back and we had a little break. Then we went, well, we got split up into two groups, and we went down the cellars with the woman medium. Her name's Sue, and she put the table in the middle, and then we all got round the table and we holded hands, and then we did the grounding. Now some of you have asked on here what is grounding and so forth, but be easier for me to explain it this way than typing it down for you, so I thought I'd explain it in this one. So grounding really is a form of protection. Like people say, well, if you ground me, does that mean I won't see anything? And no, it's not that. It's you still see things if you're grounded. It's just stopping the spirits from affecting you too much. So the kind of things we did, you hold hands, and the medium says, imagine your legs really heavy. They're starting to get so heavy, and now they're like tree trunks. They're so solid and heavy. And then imagine roots coming out of your feet and going down past underneath the earth and tangling its way around other roots. And then they say, imagine there's a bright light above your head, the size of a tennis ball, and it's moving over your head, getting bigger, moving over your shoulders, down the rest of your body, and now you're in a bubble of light. So it's just protection really. So that's all what grounding is. So we did all that, and then we all called out, I can hear thunder. Oh. And then we all called out, asking for spirits to touch one of us, come forward and stuff like that. And then we went on the table. It wasn't really moving at all. And then the medium knocked and said, "Copy me." As soon as she took her hand off, the knocking went, and it felt like it was coming from underneath the table, which was really weird, because nobody was under the table, so that was good. And then the table just started rocking. It flipped all the way over, so it was on the floor and it was moving, tilting to one side to the other. And then we went in this different room down in the cellar, and you got this awful disgusting smell. It was like sweat, pee and poo all mixed together, and the medium said, now this is telling you it is a evil spirit, which was nice. We see flashing lights and so forth, but nothing really. I think Philip see a dark shadow across my shoulder, but nothing else really happened down there. And then we went to the other bloke, so the group he had was going down to the cellar and we were going upstairs. It was in a circle. He had this ball in the middle, and you could see like green dots around this ball that was like lit, and it was like green, but you could see green lights going all the way around it. Then all of a sudden it looked like it was a fireball, because there was like, it looked like there's flames coming around it. And Philip also see this, and he asked, does anybody else see this? And they said, yeah, it's probably just the energy. He was asking out, nothing was happening. The medium asked a bloke to go in a cupboard on his own. He did. The medium was asking the spirits to affect him, but nothing was happening. And then it was time to go on the Ouija board, my favourite. As soon as we got there, as soon as we put our hands on, we didn't ask any questions. It went off the table and went to Philip. It did it twice. It was either twice or 3 times it did this. Not thinking anything of it. And then we started asking questions. Are you male? No. Are you female? Yes. Can you please spell out your name? And it went to M-A-N-D-Y. It didn't function in my head. But Philip started smirking. And I thought, what are you smirking at? And I thought, Mandy. This is strange. It keeps coming through whenever we're in like the same, almost same location. Like it happened at Dudley Castle, Old Oak House, and then here. They're quite close to each other, but she keeps coming through. And then Philip said, what's your favourite number? And it went straight to 6. So we knew it was her. And then the mediums was saying to this Mandy, now please, can you leave now and let somebody from Haden all in? And then it just kept going, Mandy, spelling out its name. So me and Philip jumped off, and then 2 more people came on the Ouija board. It didn't move much. While we was off the board, I heard creaking behind me, and then me and Philip heard a whistle. Nothing was happening, and then the medium asked, does anybody else who hasn't been on the board want to go on the board? They all said no. And then he said, does anybody else want to go on the board who's already been on the board? So me and Philip jumped on with another 2 people. And then it just kept going to goodbye. Whatever you asked, it went to goodbye. So the medium put the K2 meter on the Ouija board and said, could you light up the lights on here? It went to yes. But nothing was happening. So Philip said, if you want us to leave, then push the K2 meter off with this planchette on the board. And it did. It went like right up to it, and then it kept moving and moving and moving till it was off the Ouija board, which was really, really good. And then it was time for another break. We came back and we could investigate on our own. Nothing really happened when we was investigating on our own. I think Philip kind of thought he see some shadows, but you don't know if it was or not, because people were taking photos, and then, you know, people walking about, bound to see shadows. I was getting lots of orbs when I was taking photos in one place. But yeah, then we got back and they said, it's up to you now, wherever you want to go. Just choose where you want to go and we'll be with you shortly. So most of us went straight down to the cellars for the table tipping. And when we got down there, this one bloke come with the table and he goes, oh my god, can you see that mist? And then I see that mist. It was like mist in the corner. And then you could smell tobacco. Well, cigar smoke. And as soon as it came, it just went completely like that. The smoke had gone, the smell had gone. It was really weird. So then we started on the Ouija board, and the Ouija board went mental. The Ouija board, the table tipping went mental. It was like this. It was spinning us round so fast that I got disorientated. I almost fell down the step. Quite a few people almost fell down the step. People were hitting their heads because it was going that fast. I really enjoyed that. And then it was going in different motions, like it turned, but it turned really quick and then turned the other way and you'd be all over the place. It's fantastic. And then it kept going on the floor also. It's somebody on the foot, I think. And then the medium came down and she asked, when we was on the table, take the table to where you were buried. And it went straight into this one corner. It took us there. It went up against a wall. So I said it went up against the wall, then it came back and it's like it jumped and hit the wall again. Now nobody could have done that. Like its legs was up off the floor. It just jumped. It was really weird and absolutely loved it. I reckon that table tipping was the best table tipping I've ever witnessed. I was not going to take my hands off that table. I absolutely loved it. So that was the end of that night. So great activity on the Ouija board and great activity table tipping. One of the best table tippings, I might add. So that was it at Haden Hall in Cradley Heath. I will be doing another video on my ghost hunting. I got 2 to go to sometime in August. It's going to be a double one because I'm going on the Saturday and then we got another one on the Sunday, so we're going to be absolutely knackered. But yeah, that's the end of the video, and I will add some photos at the end of this video of the place we went to. So I'll see you again in my next video. Take care. Bye.